didn't see you there. I'm Courtney Kawada, and I'm a senior at Mercy Academy, and I'm so excited for you to see EarthFest 2020. We're excited for you to see all the musicians and all the speakers in our video. Thanks for your support. I hope you enjoy the video.
Dear fossil fuel CEOs, you have bought out our elections too many times.
You've chosen profit over people, and we will no longer stand for it.
Get out of our way. It's our Earth now.
Dear corrupt politicians, you have chose to support big business
and ignore the people suffering all around you. Get out of our way. It's our Earth now.
Dear big agriculture, you have choked out family farms and made them bend to your will or disappear.
You have destroyed habitats and biodiversity. You've exploited workers and destroyed the environment.
Get out of the way, it's our Earth now.
Friends and family, our futures are on the line.
We have 10 years to make drastic changes to fight climate change
before many areas will be destroyed forever. Join me and fight. It's our Earth now.
So I'm Representative Charles Booker, and I care about fighting climate change because I care about home. I care about us. I care about our future, and I know that we cannot wait. So to all those fossil fuel CEOs, corrupt politicians who don't care about us, get out of the way because it's our Earth now.
Get out of the way.
What she said.
Way down south, don't you turn your mouth. Wait for that chicken bamboo. We're singing the song, don't you know it won't be long. Wait for that chicken bamboo. It's on the prison cell. Still wait for that chicken bamboo. Dogs on the porch, he's losing his mind. Hoping there's a little bit of hand up behind. But there ain't no chance, because we're in a trance. Wait for that chicken bamboo.
This is Bill McKibben, further up the East Coast in Vermont, and I'm so glad to get to join you virtually just to be a part of this festival, because I don't think that there could be any slogan better than Our Earth Now. You know, I wrote the first book about climate change some 30 years ago, and ever since I've been trying to explain to people that we have to stand up and take this planet back from the fossil fuel industry. Their willingness to break the one Earth we've got just to keep their business model afloat a couple more decades, it's the most dangerous single thing on our planet right now. It is a huge ongoing danger, especially to the poorest, most vulnerable people in this country and around the world. the general rule is the less you did to cause climate change, the sooner and the harder it comes after you. So this fits together perfectly with the other messages of this year about justice, about racial equality, and about learning to take care of each other in a pandemic. We've got to take those lessons and keep them going for years to come as we take care of this planet and as we take it back. Fossil fuel CEOs, politicians on the take, you guys have got to get out of the way. It's our Earth now.
Care about climate change because many of the people that I represent are not the folks who are releasing the carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. They're the ones who are most hurt by the increase in carbon dioxide. Fossil fuel CEOs and corporate politicians, get out the way. This is our Earth. We're taking it back.
Hey guys, we're Vision Board and this is Suicide Saturday by Hippocampus. Hope you enjoy.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
due to both industrial causes and geological causes. It has been in non-attainment for many of the 6 criteria air pollutants. carbon dioxide, sulfur oxides, lead, ozone, nitrous oxides, and particulate matter. Ozone, however, has continued to fall above the national ambient air quality standards. Ground level ozone already collects in Louisville due to its being in the Ohio Valley, but it is produced industrially through the emissions of volatile organic compounds and nitrous oxides. Ozone is then produced by VOCs interacting with sunlight. While ozone is vital to the stratosphere, it has many adverse effects on human health. It makes it more difficult to breathe, and it can cause pain when you're breathing, causes coughing, and inflames and damages the airways, aggravates lung diseases such as asthma, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis, and you would have more asthma attacks, and it makes lungs more susceptible to infection, and it continues to damage the lungs even when symptoms have disappeared. It also causes COPD and heart issues. Adverse effects are more common in vulnerable groups such as the elderly and those who already have respiratory illnesses, and it is linked to lower lifespans in general. These air pollutants are also more concentrated in areas such as the West End, those that are more likely to be in poverty. It is vital that the city continues to fund air quality control.
My name is Varshini Prakash, and I'm the Executive Director for Sunrise Movement. And I care about stopping climate change because I believe that our generation deserves a thriving, just, equitable, and livable future. And I'm ready to fight for it. So corrupt politicians and fossil fuel executives, get out of our way, because it's our Earth now.
Hi, my name is Ryan Anderson. I'm going to be playing a song called Fruit Yodel in Apartment 2B by an artist called Bats, off of her album There's a River Up High, released in 2020. Here we go. You could absolutely have me if you wanted to. I'll let myself get all wrapped up in you till the sun can't see my face anymore, 'cause it's buried in a blanket of your skin like the snow. A part of you is cold, baby. I've been trying to change, I've been trying to face the fire. I didn't want you to know, honey, that I'm cursed with this desire. Grapefruits, oranges, and rye, strawberries, won't you pick me up when you've got less to carry? You could absolutely have me if you wanted to. I'll let myself get all wrapped up in you till the sun can't see my face anymore, 'cause it's buried in the blanket of your skin like the snow. A part of you is cold, baby. I've been trying to change, I've been trying to face the fire. I didn't want you to know, honey, that I'm cursed with this desire. fire. Grapefruits, oranges, and ripe strawberries. Won't you pick me up when you've got less to carry?
Extreme heat is one of the biggest threats caused by climate change, and probably the one issue you've heard the most since climate change has become nearly synonymous with global warming during the modern discussion of the climate emergency. Because extreme heat is one of the biggest threats our Earth faces, it's also one of the biggest threats Louisville faces as well. The city of Louisville has been categorized as an urban heat island, which is a common issue in many big cities across the nation, but is advancing in Louisville at an alarming pace. In case you weren't aware, the urban heat complex is a metropolitan area that is a lot warmer than surrounding areas. This extreme heat is caused by an uproar of energy caused by people, cars, trains, and buses, so it is typically found in urban areas such as Louisville. Waste heat is the biggest factor in those examples when a large group of people just simply live their day-to-day lives, such as work in factories or drive cars. It creates heat. Industrial buildings, especially if they are built together, also let off types of heat that exacerbate the urban heat complex. Even at nighttime, the urban heat complex temperatures remain high, since sidewalks, roads, and buildings collect and absorb heat they can't escape. In extreme cases, cities that suffer from the urban heat complex can have worse water and air quality than surrounding areas. This is because of the pollutants in vehicles, people, and industry that are being pumped into the air and water, and the heat blocks it from becoming less toxic and scattering into the air. In the parts of Louisville Metro that suffer from the urban heat complex the most, the temperature can be up to 10 degrees higher than other parts of the city and state. This issue of extreme heat in Louisville truly hurts citizens' health and general well-being. From costlier utility bills to serious health issues, it is a problem that cannot be ignored. The hotter the heat is in Louisville, the more air pollutants will worsen, and Louisvillians that suffer from asthma or other respiratory issues will be put at risk. There are places in Louisville, such as the neighborhoods near the Ohio River, where the health risks from extreme heat are more severe. This means that merely your zip code can determine the health risks that you face in your daily life. Each year in Louisville, there are more than 86 residential deaths caused by heat, on average. But there is so much more our metro government and we as individuals can do to help curb the impacts of the urban heat complex. Property owners can install what are called cool roofs, which help to reflect heat by using lighter toned colors. Green roofs are also a good way to help reduce the urban heat island and improve air quality. Another huge improvement would be trees. Planting trees around Louisville and conserving the trees we do have in our city are two big steps we need to take so that we can protect our city. As of right now, Louisville's goal for the tree canopy is 45%, but we are only at 37%. By taking these small steps, taking more measures to curb climate change together, and ensuring protection for all Louisvillians, we can ensure a safe, comfortable, and tree-filled city for years to come. Together, we must work together to keep Louisville and its citizens healthy and strong.
I cannot imagine the fight for a Green New Deal without Kentucky. I'm thinking 2018 winter, Green New Deal still uncertain, and it's a school bus of Kentuckians that pulls up to occupy the Capitol. And Mitch McConnell pulls a stunt vote to try and stop our efforts, and it's Kentuckians who show up to sit in his office, tell stories, sing songs. And to defeat Mitch in the Senate race, it's Kentucky that comes this close, defying all odds, to nominating Charles Booker to go up against him. Going from coal country to the land of the Green New Deal with jobs and clean air, clean water, Kentucky is what's going to inspire the rest of the nation to do the same. So as young people gather and scheme and plot and train, if I were a fossil fuel CEO or corrupt politician, I would be quaking in my boots. Fossil fuel CEOs, corrupt politicians, get out of the way, because it's our planet now. Hell yeah.
Hello, my name is Matthew Cummins, and today I'm going to be performing an original song. It is called We Belong, and I hope you enjoy it. Wake up every morning, sunrise on my head, wishing for the loving in my bed. Sometimes you just gotta let it go, hang on and realize the truth is meant to show. Please don't be afraid. Take my hand and say, we belong to each other. Say you want none other. Wake up every morning, sunrise on my head, wishing for the touching, like you said. Sometimes you just gotta let it go, hang on and realize the truth is meant to show. We belong to each other. Say you want none other. That was my song, We Belong. And I just want to say thank you for having me on this service project, and I really hope you enjoyed the song, and yeah, thank you.
Growing up in Louisville, I always prided myself in the fact that it was River City. Not sure why, the Ohio River isn't known for being anything spectacular or brilliant, but it is just one more item on the growing list of why I adored my hometown. But growing up in this city, so close to the Ohio River, has caused me to become quite acquainted with the most common and most deadly of all the natural disasters the United States faces: flooding. It was something I was always warned about after every storm. I'd hear horror stories about how docks and streets, people's homes and properties were destroyed by the growing occurrences of extreme weather causing the Ohio River to rise. Studies have shown that 41 million U.S. residents are at risk from flooding strictly caused by rivers and streams. I know that Louisville is a part of that statistic, and that is a scary thing to live with. Along with river flooding, the entire U.S. is at risk from other types of flooding that could destroy property and risk lives, such as coastal flooding, urban flooding, and flash floods. All these types of flooding have been amplified by climate change. Directly connecting climate change to the flooding happening in our city can be tricky, but most scientists and activists agree that it plays a consequential role in the amount of flooding and the frequency of it. In the clearest sense, climate change may not directly cause all flooding disasters, but it does aggravate it in terrible ways that risk lives. Climate change causes heavier precipitation caused by a warmer atmosphere that holds and dumps more water, and research has shown that as the country has heated up around 1.8 Fahrenheit since 1901, it's also become 4% wetter. And most extreme storms generate around 27% more moisture than a century ago. In the future, heavy precipitation is expected to increase, along with temperature, throughout the century to a level from 50% to as much as 3 times the historical average. Flooding brings contamination, disease, pollutes drinking water, and causes mold in family homes. Floodwaters can carry toxins, raw sewage, and runoff from hazardous sites. On top of the toxins in the floodwater, flooding can simply kill people as it is happening. In 2018, 3 people were killed in Kentucky within a few days of each other. Flooding is a far too dangerous issue to just be ignored. We must act to keep Louisville safe. There is action our government can be taken to lessen the devastation caused by climate change, effective flooding, such as green infrastructure relying on plant, soil, and natural systems, and curbing climate change altogether. By limiting the global temperature rise by cutting our own emissions and harm to the planet, we will see a change in the severe weather that causes flooding. And as a city, we must take even bigger strides than expected of us, such as 100% renewable energy conversion and carbon-neutral corporations. We must begin to take bigger strides for a cleaner, greener future to keep Louisville citizens safe and continue to be the bustling, beautiful river city we always have been. Thank you.
Speak Your Mind. Lyric by Johh Gage. Melody by Travis Edmondson. Find your voice. Speak your mind. Bring hope to the earth and humankind. Be the eyes for a world gone blind. Find your voice, speak your mind. You wake up in the morning, read the news. It's very clear to see the whole world's confused. Cynical voices say you're too weak, too small. If you try to fly, you're bound to fall. A courageous heart, so hard to find, calls to you to speak your mind. Stand up tall, stand and be strong. Lift your voice, sing your song. Pathway to hope lies within. Your heart holds the love for this wounded world to mend. In the stillness of a sunset, prayerful voices blend, and a new day is dawning, a new world begins. A courageous heart, so hard to find, calls to you to speak your mind. Stand up tall, stand and be strong. Lift your voice, sing your song. Find your voice, speak your mind. Bring peace and justice to humankind. Be the eyes for a world gone blind. Find your voice, speak your mind. Find your voice and speak your mind.
We are so happy that you could tune in to our virtual EarthFest 2020. And we at Our Earth Now would like you to call Louisville's Metro Council members, if you're in Louisville, encouraging them to renegotiate the contract with Louisville Gas and Electric so that LG&E has to commit to 25% renewable energy by the year 2025. Right now they're at about 1%. So 25 would be a big improvement. We would also like you to send letters to Mayor Fischer to urge the same thing. And there's a petition to get solar panels on the zoo, the Louisville Zoo, and you could also sign that if you're in Louisville, and that link should be in the description. Thank you again, and just make sure everyone always knows that it's Our Earth Now.